Oh yeah. Cheers to a good ride. I'm just gonna say right off, like, it's a little bit scary at first.
It is.
But it's a completely different experience.
I think it definitely creates an extra opportunity to ride for, especially once you get into these colder months and then the sun goes down, you get off work at like 4, whatever it is. You know, I gotta get home, grab my bike, grab my gear. You know, it's like pushing dark by the time I get out there, if not already being dark.
Yeah, definitely, like, opening up the timeline, especially, like, for me, full-time job, full-time wife, full-time kids, adding regular life on top of things. During the summer when it's super hot, it kind of opens up the nighttime for you. During the fall and winter time, when it gets dark at 6 p.m., like, I feel like it totally opens things up.
There were times where I thought we were going uphill. We were actually going downhill. So it kind of plays a little bit on your eyes.
So it definitely takes a little bit to get used to, but I think it can turn, like, it has the capability of turning a mundane trail, like a green trail, into something that's super fun, even though, like, if you've done it a bunch of times, you go back and do a night ride on it.
Yeah, it's fun to be able to see where doubles are because of the contrast, the light creating shadows on the ground. You can start to gap between different rocks that you didn't even notice during the day because it all blends together.
What I liked about night riding is it opens up a whole different dimension of riding. I mean, you're riding the same trails. You could be riding a trail that you've ridden 100 times before. I guarantee there will at least be components of the trail that feel like a completely different trail to you, or a completely different experience. And so in a way, it almost kind of doubles the number of trails that you're going to get to ride, because you'll get to explore all of your trails the same way that you normally would, but with a different experience.
It's like seeing every trail again for the first time.
It is, with unicorns.
Hey, how's it going?
Alright, how about yourself?
Good.
Yeah.
We're watching gnats. My name's Shawn. Hey. We're down in Unity.
I'm recording a fireside thing, and I have to put a video together.
I have no problem. If
Yeah.
you feel like recording me, not worth recording, feel free.
Everybody's worth recording.
Yes, that's my wife in the background. The demon that I love and have married. Yes, I'll be there in a minute, for Christ's sake.
Hey, my name's Karen.
Hey, Karen.
I
It's
live
nice
down
to meet you.
there.
It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Have a good night. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
You and me are going skydiving, bro.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. All right. Nothing but love. 3, 2, 1. All right. It's been a long time since I've done a night ride, and I didn't particularly enjoy night rides because I felt like the lights would hold me back. We had some janky light that it barely lit up the trail, and it was just kind of a floodlight, and then you could get something that kind of sort of hooked to your helmet, and the whole system kind of sort of worked, and then you would go out and kind of sort of have a bike ride. Whereas tonight, we were looking for stuff to jump off of, and we were looking for crazy rocky line. I don't feel like any of the lights that we have today are holding us back from enjoying that ride, from finding those lines and still having, the adventure part.
So I had previously gone out with, like, the cheapo Amazon lights as well. They were flopping around. I couldn't get them to keep pointing at the trail. They'd, like, eventually just, like, flop down and end up pointing at my tire. And I think I tried it once. I never really enjoyed it. And I think it was probably because of the lights. And that does kind of come down to, yes, like, Gemini lights, they did send me lights. They reached out and said, hey, we want to sponsor a video. And I'm kind of, I'm so small as a channel that I didn't really want to be like, yeah, okay, like, give me money, give me this, la, la, la. I told them, I said, like, I'm not big enough to do this. And they kind of just said, you know what, we'll send you some lights, try it out with some friends and see how you like night riding. So it's very, like, low pressure. Yeah. And the lights that they sent, like I will say, made a big difference because they're high quality lights. So these are like the blingiest lights. There's a battery gauge that tells you how much time you have left. The bar lights are 4,000 lumens. The headlights are 2,200 lumens. When we got back in the car and I turned my car lights on, I was like, this isn't bright enough because I was so used to how bright those are. So that makes me wonder, Yeah, I mean, these lights are expensive and they're blingy, but is it worth it? Do you get what you pay for?
First off, as soon as you start pulling these things out of the box, you immediately see that there's a big build quality difference between these lights and the $40 Amazon cheapos. These things were made for mountain biking.
You're not spending that amount for just kind of your weekend. You know, like if you may or may not ride night ride. So this would definitely be something more for if you go out and try night riding and decide you want to ride at night more often, then it's kind of worth it to have a high quality product that you can count on.
It was doing something with my vision. It was causing me to kind of focus a little bit better on the trail. So as we first started going into corners, it kind of helped me to feel the bike better. It kind of helped me to be connected from rider to bike to trail. Now, I don't know if that's going to make me the next greatest mountain biker in the world, but I'm curious to see what's going to happen when I go ride during the daytime, if I still carry that connectivity with the bike and with the trail that I felt like I had.
I think the light market especially is one where you should spend what you want to spend or spend what you're willing to spend. You know, if you want to have the high-end product, you can have the high-end product. Otherwise, get something that'll get you out there. Figure out if you want to invest in lights or if you just want to use some cheap stuff. And you know, you can start somewhere cheap and then upgrade as you want. Otherwise, just pay, buy what you can and run what you brought. I said that terribly.
I agree. I think to kind of echo what you were saying, just if you haven't done night rides, get some lights. Figure out some way to get some lights, borrow some lights. Go ahead, get the cheapo lights, whatever you're going to do. Get some lights, go out for a bike ride, experience what it's like. If it works for you and you're like, oh man, this is great, go out for a few more rides and then figure out if you got a budget to get into some nicer stuff. And just get out and try it. Try a night ride. It's a whole different ride.
I think overall for night riding, I didn't want to make this video a commercial for Gemini lights or anything, because it really is more about the night riding experience for me. Yeah, these Gemini lights are freaking awesome. They're expensive and they're awesome. You get what you pay for. But to me, is the experience worth it? I honestly think it is, because not only does it open up the time, it turns trails into a completely different experience. And I think I'm gonna get to the point where, I have these 2 extra sets of night lights. I'll throw it out to people that, hey, like if you've never tried night riding, come on out. We'll throw these lights on your bike, throw them on your helmet, and we'll go have a different experience than what you're used to during the day. I appreciate you guys riding with me tonight, though. It was awesome.
Cheers.
It really was fantastic.
Good times.
Thank you.
Good to meet you, John.
John?
John?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Life of the party.
Good meeting all you guys, man. Not a rider, but I have ridden trails. This opens up a whole new opportunity. Even if you only try it once, or if you've never tried it, I think it's just a whole new world, because you will see the world in a whole new way. When you see things at the crack of dawn, the world is a whole new place. And even for those experienced riders that are like, yeah, I've conquered every mountain, I've been there, I've done that. Try it, night light it.
Yep.
Oh! Every trail is different every minute of every day. Until you explored that, you don't know the trail. It's different what you see, it's different what is there. Yeah, I know the trail. No, you don't. You only know portions of that trail. And I just think that gives you the opportunity to expand your horizons, explore a new world, completely new world. I mean, daylight riders, ride one time at night, you'll be like, whoa, oh, and I'm not even a rider, so I don't know. But I just really think that it just adds a dimension that you can't buy it.
Well, you can.
Oh!
You sound like one of my friends who does a lot of shrooms. Connecting with nature.
When I was younger.
That's awesome. So we need to try night riding on shrooms then. Yes.
Or peyote.
I've never tried any of it.
We're gonna fly out of the damn airplane. We're gonna fly on an airplane, bro. Just saying. Just saying. And you were equivocal. Yeah, we might be dragging you out of the airplane with us.
I have no problem.
I understand.
All right, YouTube. It was fun. Have a good night.
Oh!